5 students, English day, right? And then now it's 3 o'clock. It's the time for our Form 5 students. So welcome to our channel again. And then the first teacher to talk to you today is Miss Jen, right? So I hope you're all very well. And I will have the listening practice with you today. And Unit 1, again, we're still here with the animals, with the lovely animals. So the topic is animal conservation, so protecting animals, protecting our earth, and the animals. Now, so I must be quick today because we have a plenty. We're going to run out of time. So we have a lot of exercises to do. And one thing is, have you got all your notes, your worksheets ready? I have already uploaded the worksheets onto the Google Classroom for you to use. So please get them ready, and if you don't have any of them, just grab yourself a piece of paper and write down anything that's important. Alright, so quick. Animal conservation. And we will have exercise for today. What is exercise for? Shall we go and have a look at the book first? So this is it. Exercise 4. I make it big. So here you are. Exercise 4. We have a form here for you to tick the correct boxes. What's the whole thing about? Now look at these. We have two items here. One, speaker, and the second one, statements or sentences. Some sentences about what the speaker has told us. And shall we have a look at the situation before we go to the exercise so that you will know better what to do? Okay? So this is it. Exercise 4. It's about, now look here. Someone has been caught keeping 3 crocodiles at home recently. So what's it all about? Someone has been caught keeping 3 crocodiles at home recently. This is it, right? You may call him Mr. Long. He's Mr. Long, and he was arrested. Why? Because he has kept 3 crocodiles at home. Okay. The wife, look at them. They like the crocodiles. Oh my dear, watching TV together. So this is what is happening. And it's true, you know, in some part of the world, something like this is happening. And so, three crocodiles and 3 people. And 3 people have been interviewed to tell their opinions about these exotic pets. So, because of the incident, so 3 people, they were interviewed. So, for some opinion, we asked 3 people for some opinions about these exotic pets. Exotic means very strange, very extreme pets that are not like cats or dogs or terrapins, very quite difficult pets and exotic pets. And who are they? Number 1, the first lady is Diana. She is a veterinarian. Diana Lee is a vet, so it's a doctor who takes care of animals. She has given her opinion. Another one to give his opinion is Walter Choi. Alright, Walter Choi is an animal welfare officer, someone who works in the government and takes care of the animal, for the goodness of the animals. And also Dr. Thomas Falk. Mr. Falk is a law professor. So you see, this is an officer and also a law professor about the law. So these 3 people, they're going to give some opinions, and we need to listen to their opinion and try to see what they want to talk about, try to tell their opinion. So you need to look at the statements, look at the sentences, and try to take which statement. It's the one for the three aspects. And so if you're ready for the situation, the soundtrack now. So you're ready for the speaker and the statement. So if you're okay, so you need to take a quick look at these statements, right? Later.
Listening skills. Extracting implied information. Exercise 4, page 6. Look at the statements in the table below. Then listen to the recording and tick the statement that each speaker implies. Last week, Mr. Ben Long was arrested for keeping 3 young crocodiles in his flat. In the studio with me today, I have veterinarian Diana Lee, Animal Welfare Officer Walter Choi, and law professor Dr. Thomas Fock. Let's start with you, Diana. Do you think people should report their neighbours for keeping dangerous pets?
Well, in this case, the man's neighbours reported him. But people can't always know what animals their neighbours are keeping in their flat. The thing is, though, exotic animals need a lot of veterinary attention. There must be vets out there who know that people are keeping dangerous pets, but don't do anything about it. Professionals like these should care more about public safety.
Have you ever reported a dangerous animal, Diana?
No exotic animals, but I once reported a dangerous dog. It had been badly treated by its owner, and it attacked me when I tried to examine it.
Oh dear. What about you, Walter? What are your thoughts on dangerous exotic animals being kept as pets?
Well, we try to educate the public about responsible pet ownership, and I think we're quite successful. But as Diana said, exotic animals need specialist care. It's bad news if you don't know what you're doing. You can't just feed them out of a tin like your cat or dog, and they must be kept in suitable surroundings. If you look at the enclosures they have in zoos, for example, that's what these animals need. Otherwise, they're a danger to their owners and to other people.
Okay, interesting. Dr. Fock, as our legal expert, what can you add?
I don't think it does any good to arrest people who buy exotic animals. Think about it like this. If you go to the market and somebody's selling eggs, well, you can buy some eggs. It's the same with exotic animals.
Ah, yes, another interesting point. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. So have you got your answer? Clear. Now, let's look at the main points. Some of the main points that they have mentioned. So Diana Lee, what's Diana's point? Now, go back to what she told us. There must be vets who know people are keeping dangerous animals but don't do anything about it. So Diana has pointed out that there must be vets, right, like her, who are taking care of the animals, the doctors who are taking care of the animals, who must know something about strange people keeping strange pets, and they should report the dangerous pets. So they should do this. So the answer here is number 3. And what about Walter Choi? Walter Choi, let's listen to one of his main points. Exotic animals need special care, and it's bad if you don't know how to do it. So his point is, which one? Which one do you think it is? Most people can't keep exotic animal properly. Most people, they just don't know how to keep the crocodile, but they keep the crocodile. So this is his point. And number 3, Dr. Fogg. Let's listen to one of his points. If you go to the market and there's somebody selling eggs, well, then you can buy some eggs. What's the problem? The problem, as he has pointed out, is with the suppliers, the one who sell eggs, the one who sell crocodiles. So if there's no one selling crocodiles, then nobody can buy the crocodile. So this is his point. Are you okay with this exercise? So if you're okay with this, we will go to one more exercise. And exercise 5 is you will see a event feedback form here about conservation action group. So the whole thing is like this. Look here, the whole thing is like this. Feedback form and many items that you have to pay attention to. So shall we look at them one by one? And I will show you with my PowerPoint so that you will understand more about it. So exercise 5. Now, the whole thing is like this. It's a conservation action group. So something to preserve, to protect the earth. And they have a South Bay beach cleanup. So it's a big cleanup, right, that they have been doing. And then, so this is the main theme. And they are now getting some feedback from all the people, and they want to write down about the bay cleanup. And of course, they want to know what's the actually successful, right? The whole thing is, was it successful? Do the people like it? A thumb up or thumb down? A smile, good or no good, right? So some of the main points. Now, first of all, you have to pay attention to what's the objectives of the events. One of the points is the objective of the events. Objective. What's the target? What's the aim of the event? And individual performance. Actually, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 people, 2 boys and 2 girls involved in the campaign, in the event, or in the activity. And pay attention to their names, write their names down, and then tell whether they were successful in doing the job. One job is publicity, right? Who's responsible for doing the publicity work, for telling everyone, hey, everyone, we have a bay cleanup today, please come and help. Was it done well? And next one is volunteer work. Some volunteers, right? Some people who will come to help doing the cleanup without getting any money. We can help without getting any money. And was this part well done? And also, equipment. Well, the things that they used for, like the plastic bag, all right, buckets for cleaning the beach, were they all right? And planning, the whole plan, the ideas, right? And job division. Was it good? So you will see there's a column that wants you to write down whether it is a Y or a N. The Y means yes and N means no, successful or no. And you have to write down the reason, means why it's successful. So, and suggestion for next event. So how to do it better next time. You will find out 2 points here, 2 suggestions. So listen and pay attention. So if you are ready, I'm going to the soundtrack because we don't have enough time actually for this. Okay, so this is the whole form. Right, name, successful, no, reason, or a suggestion, all this. Have a very quick look. So if you're ready, I will play.
Exercise 5, page 7. You are Alison Fong. You are a member of a conservation group. You are attending a meeting to discuss how an event that your group organised last weekend went. Listen to the meeting and fill in the feedback form below. You now have 30 seconds to familiarise yourself with the feedback form.
Hi everyone. Well, we had our beach cleanup at South Bay last weekend. Not our most successful event.
I agree. Let's fill in the feedback form and see if the experience can teach us anything for next time.
So, the objective was to clean the beach, wasn't it?
Well, one of our objectives was to clean the beach, but we also wanted to raise public awareness.
Raise what?
Public awareness. AWARENESS. Many people aren't aware of the problems that litter causes for sea creatures and other wildlife. The plan was to get as much publicity as possible.
But someone forgot to call the reporters, didn't they, Jenny?
Look, I'm sorry, okay?
We're not blaming you, Jenny. We just need to know where we went wrong so we don't make the same mistakes next time.
It is a shame that there were no reporters, but let's look on the bright side. We didn't get any publicity because there were no reporters, but we still got the beach clean.
Thanks to Alison and her volunteers, I think.
I must say, Alison, a lot of the volunteers praised your good attitude.
Really? Oh, well, I do think things go a lot better when you're positive.
Now, Alison, I feel I should apologise for the terrible equipment you had to use. I hate to think what would have happened if you hadn't had such a good attitude.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Mike. The gloves were okay. It was just the weak bags that we had problems with.
Yes, Mike. What went wrong there?
Well, the bags I bought were very weak. They split as soon as you put anything heavy in them. I should have checked them before we started.
Actually, can we put that down as a suggestion for the next event? I think things would have gone much better for Mike and Jenny if they'd had a checklist to work from.
Good idea. Let's write checklist as a suggestion for next time, everybody. Anyway, back to the beach. I think we need to thank John for planning the whole event.
Yes, well done, John. Do you spell your name with an H, by the way?
No, it's Jon. And I don't think I deserve any special thanks.
Don't be silly, John. The event wasn't a complete success, but that wasn't due to poor planning. Things would have fallen apart altogether if your communication hadn't been so good.
Yeah, great communication skills, John.
Okay, well, speaking of good communication, I think we should make a note for next time to have a progress meeting, say 1 week before the event, to make sure everything's under control.
Yeah, a progress meeting's a great suggestion. How do you spell progress?
PROGRESS. I think you can spell meeting.
I should hope so. Now let's go and have some lunch. Come on.
Alright. So, are you okay with that? Shall we check the answers together? So the event is the South Bay Beach cleanup. What's the objective? We have two objectives here actually. Of course, the first objective, to clean the beach. And what's the second objective? Look at these. It's like this. To raise public awareness. 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 What's awareness? What's public awareness? It means we need to make people, care about, right? care more about the cleaning of the beach, to tell everyone, to make people think about this, more about it. So raise public awareness. And so you go to the next one. About individual performers, so 2 boys and 2 girls. So the first one was responsible for publicity. Did you see her name? I want to make things bigger for you. So she is Jenny. Jenny, and not successful, and the reason why? Because were there any reporters? No, so no reporters at all. Bad publicity. And volunteers. What about this part for volunteers? Who's responsible for that? Who is responsible? Another girl, Allison. Was she doing a good job? Good. It is a why. Yes. Why? Because of the good attitude of the people. So good job here. And what about the equipment? Anything happened? Something happened. And we need to talk to Mike, right? The boy about it. It's not very successful. The gloves were quite alright gloves. This gloves were quite alright, but what happened? What's wrong was mainly the bed. The beds were weak beds. Those beds split very, very easily. And the planning, who has done a good job? John has done a good job. How to spell John? N-H? No H. It's just J-O-N, John. And it is a yes. And what's so good about it? Because of the communication, very good communication. So this is it, right? Are you ready? Write this down very, very quickly, and then you can upload your work right onto the Google Classroom for me right away, and your homework's done. And the last part, suggestions for next event. We have 2 suggestions here. One of them, a checklist. Write down everything before we started to work. Checklist for everything, and also some meetings. We call that progress meeting. How to spell progress? P-R-O-GRESS, G-R-E-S-S, and I'm sure you know how to spell meeting, right? That's what they said. Progress meeting. Some progress meeting will help. So this is it. Write this down very, very quickly, and then we have our listening exercises all finished for today. And I guess I will see you next week, and we will have another teacher coming. So, thank you and goodbye for Miss Jang, and we have Miss Chet coming.
Okay, Form 5. So as I mentioned in your WhatsApp group, okay, today we are going to use this book, your theme book, okay? So we are going to go through the Unit 6 reading, okay? 2 weeks before we have talked about one of the exercise, okay? So today we'll continue, go to exercise B first, and then later we are going to talk about exercise D, okay? So let's look at exercise B first. So can you go to page 149? 149. Okay, as you can see that, so this is an exercise for the for filling the table, right? So when you are having a question type like this, in your DSE exam. Firstly, you should read all the columns or rows first. Okay, so look at the topic here first. So this two, very obvious, is two schools' name. Okay, it's two schools' name. And then let's look at these two parts. Conserving energy and other resources, conserving, 保留保存, okay? And reducing waste. We have talked about this topic before. Reducing 減低 waste, 廢物浪費, okay? So now let's go through all the questions together. It should be very easy, okay? So let's look at exercise 1 to 3 first, okay? So for exercise number 1 to 3 first, okay? So can you go to textbook, your theme book, page 145, 145, and then you will find the text here, right? As we are doing St. Andrew's College, so you will find St. Andrew's College in your page 145, right? And then let's highlight some word first. Okay, let's highlight some word first. Firstly, there are only few words here, so all of them should be very important, right? So let's look at renewable energy. So if we go to paragraph 1, can you find renewable energy, right? And then with 2 brackets here, it should be given examples, okay? Give examples. So can you find 2 examples of renewable energy? So we put up solar panels on the rooftop and installed solar cell lights in the outdoor areas, right? So very clear, the answer here should be solar panels and then solar cell lights. You might not know the meaning of this word, but the answer is easy to find. New, 新嘅, renew, 重新嘅, renewable, change it to adjective, 再生能源, okay, renewable energy. Okay, and then let's go to number 3, classrooms. So can you find the word classroom in your text? Right, classroom. So what do classrooms have? We've also installed. If you play computer games, you should know installed. 裝 energy saving lines in the classroom. So we installed what in the classroom? We installed energy saving lights. So the classroom has energy saving lights. Okay, this too is very easy. Actually, this exercise is very easy, okay? So let's go to the next one. Number 4, okay, number 4. Environmental ambassadors remind students to, okay, you will find the word remind in your text. Remind students to do what? Right? Actually, it's the exact sentence, exact word you can find in your text. Okay, so keep room temperature no more than 25 degrees, right? So you can change this one into numbers, or you can copy it as well, okay, as you like. Okay, so this one is very easy. Encourage somebody to do something. Remind somebody to do something. Okay, so number 4 is very easy, right? So now let's go to number 5, reducing waste. So for this column, it is for this row is also very easy because you will find exact word in the subtopics, right? So encourage student, again, encourage student to do what? To sort and recycle rubbish and to take part in. So let's look at this word, participate. What does participate mean? It means join or take part in. So you'll find the word take part in here, right? So you only need to copy all these words in your table. And then for example, it means such as, right? And then you copy such as blah 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 in your table. Okay, I think this one is very, very easy. It's even easier than the Form 3 reading comprehension exercise, okay? So I think if you have done it, it should be very easy for you, okay? So please check the answer by yourself. And then let's go to number 7. So let's go to Surrey Hill Secondary School in Australia, okay? So what does this school do? Useless passageway lighting, and so still we have to find the word, and we use 36-watt bulbs. Okay, we don't need to copy this one. If schools is unoccupied, okay, you will not find the word unoccupied, but you will see the word occupied, right? So I've mentioned this a lot of times. Unoccupied means no, right? Not. So when the school is occupied, so we have to change is to, if we plus a not here, then there should be a not here as well, right? So let's read the sentence. Also, the pumps for the hot water system have been timed to operate only when the school is occupied. So when the school is occupied, this one will work, right? But if it is not occupied, this one will not work, right? So pumps for the hot water system do not operate. Okay, so we plus a not because there is a right? So although you may not know the meaning, but you can guess the answer. Occupy 佔領 ，OK 使用 ，OK. So I think this one, if you have the reading skills, you will know the answer, although you don't know the meaning of the word. Okay. And then number 10. Plants are watered. Water the plants. So use what to water the plants? Rainwater. Water here it means 淋水啊. So what do you use to to water the plant? 你用乜嘢去淋啲植物嘅水咧 ？Rainwater, okay, 雨水。And then the last one, number 11, okay? Recycle food scraps. So this one is so easy. Recycle food scraps. And what else do you recycle? Such as So except food scraps, we also recycle all these things. All these things. So you only you only need to copy this stuff here. Okay? So there are the other examples. So this is the exercise for this is the answer for exercise B. Okay, if you have done it, it's really easy. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, so now can you we will move on to exercise D. Okay, we'll pass the time to Mr. Wong. Okay, so get ready for your task D. Okay.
I'll just work on the technical stuff real quick. Just please turn to page 153, because last time we already covered the part D part accidentally, I forgot. So this time okay, please take out your textbook, return to page 153, and that should look like this. Just a moment. Alright. So we should, cause last time when you work on this exercise on Google Form because it's technical problem, you can't really I can't put the box here for you to put the letter here. So we just kind of omit about it, and now we just talk about this one, and then I'll show you these items and how this one's supposed to be done. So before that, we need to revise some of our vocabulary, understanding, and then also you need to use the vocabulary that you've learned on page 151, and then also you need to some integrated skills. Okay, but before we do anything, so we just read the instruction here. Instructions are always important, right? You have found some photos to add to the article. Look at the photos and match them with the appropriate paragraph in the article. Write the correct letters in the spaces provided, then complete the caption for the photo. More caption for a photo, and then you post a photo on Instagram. You have a caption that means the blank part that you're supposed to write some sentence, and then say that if this is an Instagram the photo, and then you just write something here on this blank, and then they tell you, oh, what is this one about, or what kind of message that you're trying to convey, what kind of message do you want to tell your reader. And this is very important. All right. Just before I just like quickly like show this one. Okay, so for this one, I just okay, and this one, let's just like quickly look at this one, and then this like we have like here right here is like environmental issues. Okay, this works. Environmental issues, and you know the word like environmental 環境. And then now you look at like this photo. You have like a car like sunk into a flood, or like it sunk into the water, and then like right here is like you see the like a street sign here. It means that like it's supposed to be a street, like instead of like a pool, and then the car just like sunk into it. And then now right here, it's like serious flood like this. And then like now you have to like think about it like serious like this, and then what? And then you think about it like getting more like, and then you're supposed to fill in like this blank with some of the provided knowledge, and then like and you learn like this one are becoming more frequent， 就發生得越嚟越頻繁。And then like this like the word frequent is a good word here. Like for everything that like you talk about like something that like happen more regularly, you can use this word, right? And then right here, and then like this. What about like continue? What about this one? You see that like that we have like some regular like like everyday people, like there's like a road sign, and then like they were covering for the nose. What do you think they are? What are they doing? So do you think that is related to the coronavirus? I don't think so. Like this one is like about the pollution, right? Because it's a road sign, and then like you see them like oh, it's like covering them up, and then like they don't want to inhale more pollutants, and then like right here. And then we know right here, it's like the air pollution is affecting our health. And then like this is a caption, and of course this is just like an example, or you can just say like you can say something that like you want, except as long as it's appropriate, a reasonable answer is acceptable. All right? Okay, right here. Okay, like right here. And then like here, you see that like what do you see? What is this thing? We have one in like Two Moon, we have one in like Fanling, and we have one in like Jungbei, and what is this one? This is a landfill. Landfill. Okay, and then like you see that like there's a lot of like garbage, domestic garbage, and then you see that like it looks like it is full, and then like and we can come up with some idea like how to write this one, and then like we can't like tipping our waste into the ground forever。我哋唔能夠永遠啦，咁就可以係將佢哋收埋啲垃圾咧喺個地下嘅。So this is like just one of like a suggested answer. You can continue to say, oh, you can't like bury our garbage in the ground forever, or something like that. So actually, this is not Hong Kong. Like interesting enough, this is Greece. Like this week. Okay. Anyway, so proceed. So let's just like move on to this side and work on this one. Okay, so these are what solution to environmental issues. 對呢啲嘅環境問題嘅解決方案啦。咁呢啲係 what are these one? So you know like they are like talk about like solar energy, but what are these one? They call like solar energy panel. PANEL. And then like the we can use like okay, these are the solar energy, and I using alternative source of energy to help us to reduce our carbon footprint。用呢啲嘅另類嘅能源啦，咁就嘅方法啦，咁就去幫我哋去減低我哋嘅碳足跡嘅。Okay, so like these are these are just only like a suggested answer. You can say like, oh, use solar energy to help to reduce our reliance on fossil fuel, like anything that makes sense. It's just a suggestion, alright? Same here, you see that like all these books around, maybe like for the last few months you see them like slightly fewer, but like right here you see that like all this like aluminium, that's for like bottle, and that's for like the paper, and that's like a recycling domestic waste help solve the problem of waste disposal. And then like these are just like suggestions. So like I said, you can just say, oh, recycling, like a recyclable waste, like that could also work. Okay. Lastly, right here, and then you say like using cleaner fuels helps to reduce air pollution. You just like measure that one. We talk about covering them out for like air pollution, and then use like cleaner fuel to help to reduce air pollution. Okay, so what are like some like cleaner like fuels? Well, like maybe like some natural gas, or like you use electric car. And don't know if you read the news like today like the petroleum, the crude oil price just like hit a new low. You can just like get it like crude oil for free, and you can even like get some money back for like just taking it. Yeah, and then like if you know that one, it's just like talk about like, oh, like although like these like fossil fuel, they are cheap, but like these cleaner energy, they help you and also like help the environment and for the next generation. Anyway, so like these are like all the suggested answer. Do you have any more questions? Any question of any of these? You can raise questions, ask me. Say that like if you have any questions, say that like, oh, Mr. Wong, like is my answer acceptable? And you can just like leave it on the comment. I will answer you like right away. Anyone? Okay. If there isn't any question, that will be it. So thank you for today, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you. Bye.